So yeah, I'm here with my good buddy Boilon, and we are talking about how magical friendship can be.
How's everyone doing today? Thanks for having me on the channel, Mr. Hartgrave, once again.
Yeah, absolutely. Every Monday we're just trying to have people on. Last week we had Tony Scungili. A bunch of videos are coming out that we ended up doing while we hung out, so we'll probably do the same thing here. And I was just talking to you a little bit about arena collusion. Very controversial subject, right?
Interesting one, especially because power cores we know is really, really important. That's like the number one currency in the game. You can use it to get ahead in all sorts of ways. So, it is important.
I'm going to say it's not too big of a difference from if you're colluding to if you aren't. Because I think the misconception about arena collusion is that like one guy is king and that he's taking like 500 cores every day. That is not the case.
Well, I mean, I don't know about yours. Like I said, I'm in kind of the top 20 these days, but I don't do 5 attacks. I don't know how many you need to do to keep up there, being in that sort of top 10 range, but maybe because I'm also YouTubing that people are like, hey, it's Boilon, let's get him.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I feel that's been more of a thing, and it's been a bit more of a struggle to keep, where I used to be. And so maybe as my channel grew, the harder it was to keep competitive in Alliance, or in Arena. So I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, it really depends on how many attacks you're doing, where you're holding at, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, what I'll tell you from being in a shard where, look, to be quite clear about it, and anybody can see this. And in fact, we're catching some. We got a guy in our shard right now. He thinks he's like a super detective or something. I mean, look, it's very obvious here. The top four spots right now, three of them are held by people in my alliance, including myself. What are we literally supposed to do to help this guy? This guy that comes in, he's new. We haven't seen his face. We've been here since beta. He comes in, he wants a spot. Now, he doesn't want to talk nice to us and make friends with us. Because if he made friends with us, we would talk to him and do the same thing we do with everybody else who we talk to. Because I talk to everybody in here. These are all the players that I've been playing the game with for like over like 3 years now. Because when you start the game, you get put in one of these shards and you can't get out.
So what stops him though, just from sniping at the payout time, just like the rest of us? Like is that going to cause him to? Are you guys going to gang up on him if he does that, or is that just part of the game for you guys and you're okay with that?
I mean, we know
That's the
we
question.
talk we've made friends. So yeah, I'm not going to snipe my own alliance members, right? Like some people play with their wives and girlfriends and they're in the same shard. Like are they supposed to snipe each other? Like literally, what am I supposed to do to accommodate this guy?
My partner's in the same chart as me, so
Yeah. What do you now, I think according to this guy, you're supposed to be fair and competitive and attack him all day. Like, does that make sense? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't want to sabotage my other alliance members. At the
No, of
same
course not.
time, we have an open door. I mean, literally, you can talk to anybody at any time. You click on them and you click on add contact. That's all you do, and then you can strike up a dialogue with anybody. They've made it
unless
easy to collude.
unless their list is full, then you
Unless their
can.
list is full, yes. And
Yeah.
the top players are like that. If you look at the big guys, because they're all trying to snipe each other from each other's alliances. I mean, there's all kinds of shady
Oh God,
backdoor shit that goes on in this game.
that's another conversation I think about trying to snipe people from Alliance War.
Oh
And be like,
yeah.
hey, you want to join our alliance
Oh
because
yeah.
we're better than them.
Yeah, right? But the game has facilitated this. It's one of the few things that they have facilitated is this kind of conversation. So, are we supposed to ignore it or take advantage of the feature?
Yeah. Well, how's things going with number three then? Is he? Are you being?
Oh, it's not
Is
number
he gonna? Is he
three.
gonna?
Number three isn't
Oh,
the
oh, sorry.
problem.
Okay.
No, the thing
Oh,
is
okay.
the guys that I think get upset about this don't have the time that we have. The reason why the top 10 is the top 10 is because we have the dedication to fight our way up here every day, hold this, talk to each other, work out who's going to be friendly, who isn't going to be friendly, just like you do with Alliance War, really. At the end of the day, I mean, there's a lot of collusion going on with Alliance War as well. I mean, all these game modes are kind of rigged.
Well, anything that sort of has a PvP element or even like a person-to-person element, then there's ways to kind of rig the system if you really want to.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, and this thing where it's all it's all a Hogan house in here is not like I couldn't do this intentionally. I can't recruit people to my arena shard. I've simply made friends with the people who I've been playing with for 3 years, and now we're in the same alliance because all the top players are leaving the game. Have you experienced any people quitting from your alliance or any alliances that you know of? Because it's happening all over the place over here.
To be honest, and I don't know if this is like a top end problem. Like, I guess I don't know how top end my alliance really is. Like, we're performing well, in Doom Raid and things like that, but we haven't had the same kind of turnover that other alliances have, and I'm lucky for that. Because I hate recruiting and because I normally have to do that, and it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you bet.
It is made a little bit easier being a content creator. It's a bit easier than it was before, but it's still not fun. And I'm thankful that the turnover hasn't been as big as other alliances have claimed.
Yeah, I think it might be more of a top end issue because we're pushing the content much harder, and that's causing more burnout and stress. Whereas I think the smart move right now is to kind of take it easier and make friends. And that's basically what I'm talking about here is, if you're making friends with people, like I don't see how people can get so upset that we've made some friends. It like I said, it's not working out to be like, yeah, I don't take 500 cores a day. What it averages out, because we're actually really democratic up here. We try to help each other kind of average our cores. So what we do is we average about, what am I doing? I'm just clicking around here randomly. We average around 350 cores per day is what it averages out to be. And what I assume from what I can see is if you're in the top 20, top 50 to 20, you're probably taking home about 250 cores a day, 200 to 250. And you don't have the stress of dealing with the constant kind of back and forth. Yeah, we can't control the top of no one can control any of this to 100%. So it's not like you just get to sit there all day and do nothing. You have to be very vigilant to keep the top of your arena shard any kind of control whatsoever to it.
And that's where I'm at. I'm like kind of in the top 20 range, but I do 3 attacks. I don't even do all 5.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it, and it's more or less stress free for me, and I'm not on right at payout. My payout time is actually really bad. I think for everyone else, it's normally around 6 p.m. local time, I thought, or 9 p.m. something like
Yeah,
that.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but
I
yeah,
started playing the game in Europe, so when I came back, my payout's actually 9 a.m. for me. So I'm like, sometimes I'm on, sometimes I'm not, and I just take what I can get.
All in all, I will say, just as a tip for everybody, if you can make your way up to the top of your shard, even into like the top 100, it gets so much more relaxed because the people who are up in the top 100 just don't seem to, struggle as much with each other. Whereas down, like I was down for a good year, almost a year and a half, from when I started, like in the 2000s. And I know from being down there, it's like just vicious. Everybody just attacking each other constantly. It's just nuts.
Well, you can flip like 80 spaces in like one attack.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah, it's really rough. But yeah, once you get up to the top 100, things are typically more mellow. The people there, I think what I hear from your experience is quite the norm, where it's like, it's 3 attacks a day. I get my spot where I know I'm kind of going to hold. And then everybody kind of chills out because we've been here for a long time. Once you make it up to the hundreds, people have been there for a long time and they just can't be bothered to kind of struggle as much as the people down in the lower ranks who, honestly, the answer to all this arena collusion stuff is not to pit player versus player, but to give more cores down here. Like, cores are important, and 25 cores isn't doing anything for anybody. 60 cores is miserable. 100 cores a day. I mean, you could double all this stuff, just like they're doing with all the rewards now for raids and for war. You could leave these top ranks alone, right? The rich don't have to get richer, whatever kind of bullcrap you want to believe. But come down here to where it's like, the 150s and just add 50 cores to each of these ranks. Just to make it a little nicer for everybody. That, I believe, would be the answer. You don't have to change a damn thing. Just give more cores to everybody.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that hasn't been touched. They're doing everything else. They're doing raid season payouts, war season payouts, and arena, I feel, is just a bit stagnant. They haven't done anything, and maybe it's about time they do.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, you can trust us. Hail, Boilon.